You was bringing some good topics. You was talking about head coaches on a hot seat. So I'm gonna let you lead this.
Okay. So I have 3 head coaches I feel this season's on a hot seat. Mike McCarthy, Pete Carroll, and Matt Rhule, as I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
With
lead this because I got your back on this one. Go ahead, lead it.
With Matt Rhule, right with you. His tenure, he's entering his 3rd year as a head coach. In 2020, his season record was 5-11. In 2021, his season record was 5-12. The offense finished 29th out of 29th in scoring. The QB disaster, I would say, is Sam Darnold. 9 TDs, 13 interceptions.
Jesus Christ.
Offensive coordinator was fired. Joe Brady. I feel like he was a pawn in that situation. Matt Rhule threw all his chips in the bag for Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold did not deliver. So I feel like Rhule's miscalculation for believing Darnold was going to be the answer can ultimately be his demise if this whole thing with Baker Mayfield doesn't work out this season.
I'm going to throw it off to you.
With the Carolina? You stopped at Carolina, right?
Yeah, I'm starting with Carolina. I'm starting with Matt Rhule.
No. Every team you picked, I'm running right behind you with it. Okay. You're like the offensive line just moving right now, and I'm a running back that's going to run with that. Yeah, so with Carolina, Matt Rhule is on a hot seat. I mean, he's, one time, and one of his press conferences, he tried to make a comparison about Jay-Z, how nobody believed in him. So let's get this straight. See, what people forget about, and I'm going to make this clear, he came in, okay, somehow he got a job other than the minority coaches in the league that are very well qualified, like Eric Bieniemy, who has went to Super Bowls and been in AFC Championship games, but somehow Matt Rhule was the answer. Oh, I'm not done yet, D.
Hold on. Have you ever been to a black church?
I've been to one, yeah.
Calypso, Oregon. He's preaching. Keep going.
So then you turn around and you pick Matt Rhule. Matt Rhule, who is known for improving college teams, came into the NFL. He ran with Teddy Bridgewater. Instead of just saying, okay, we finished 7-9, we're respectable, let's see where we can go next year, we're going to say, how can we get better? We chose to pick Sam Darnold because that was clearly going to be the answer. And how did that work out? You went back and got Cam Newton, who you released initially before because you let him walk out the door because you thought you could do better with Bridgewater. Came back with him, and then the best thing you got, based off of the most press conferences, because I watch all the press conferences after the games, the best thing you had, the most memorable press conference you had was, nobody believed in Jay-Z when he first started, so that's how you should look at me right now. Nobody believed in what I was doing. No, you look bad because it's your 2nd year and you're playing the musical chairs with quarterbacks. And not to give Darnold a pass, but what did you think Darnold was going to do? Darnold was basically coming into Carolina to restart his first year because it was so bad in New York when what he was dealing with that all of a sudden now you was going to come in here and he was just going to see the light and just work with whatever he had with, which Bobby Anderson lost his damn mind because he was like, yeah, that's my man, we're going to roll. Well, I look at that record, that don't look good. So if that's your man, you want to roll with that, maybe you should just roll right out of here. We couldn't be owners. Because I can tell you right now, if say y'all my general managers, or I'm the general manager of y'all team, right? You would be like, we're gonna roll with the players. We gotta roll with, we gotta kind of meet them halfway. The minute I saw Bobby Anderson say that, I'd be like, I'm not backing that dude at all. If you want to talk to him, I'm talking to him. The minute his contract's up, his ass is up out the door. He can go. Because I saw your record in the Jets, and I saw your record here with your man that you keep defending, and that's bad. It's really bad. It's not even respectable. It's bad, period. You know what I'm saying?
I want to pass it back to Selena.
I'm sorry. Please open another hole. Open another hole. I'm running with you.
I want to hand it back off to Selena. You made it interesting. You chose an interesting coach, in my opinion. Pete Carroll with the Seahawks, correct?
Yep.
Now they just traded the quarterback Wilson to the Broncos. He's on a hot seat, but what do we expect of Pete Carroll losing Russell Wilson? So I want your opinion or your take on, is he set up for failure this year, and why do you have Pete Carroll on a hot seat?
Good question. Very good question.
Is he set up for failure?
Because like I said, I'm more of the basketball guy. I have some football knowledge, but you guys are way more better in football than me. But I'm seeing a coach who has Super Bowl titles. You just lost Russell Westbrook. Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. Don't troll me in the comments. You just lost Russell Wilson. What honestly do we expect of him this year? I don't.
Of who? Carroll?
Pete Carroll.
More of the same.
More of the same. Do you think he? Because it's a great pick. I'm not attacking your take. I think it's an interesting take. Mm-hmm. I just what would you like to see from Pete Carroll this year for him to retain his job? I'll leave it at that.
Very interesting. Well, he's entering his 13th year as a head coach. His playoff berth is 9 out of 12 in the last seasons. His record last season was 7-10. And you brought up the major trades with Russell Wilson and linebacker, 6-time All-Pro linebacker Bobby Wagner is also not with the team also. I don't know.
I think for me, he has to stay afloat. Now, I'm not saying, he's going to be a wild card and make it into the playoffs. But I think if he can show some resolve from losing Russell Westbrook, if he can still command. They are about to kill me on Twitter. Get this guy up out of here. Russell Wilson. Yes. And that's bad because my last name at birth was Wilson. I should remember that. Yeah. But losing the quarterback, Russell Wilson, if he can still command the respect in the locker room and keep his team afloat, 6-7 wins. Do we expect 6-7 wins of him in that conference?
Which one? In the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Is that fair, or is that asking too much?
No, that's not fair. Because he's starting with who? What was that quarterback they picked up? It's not Geno. I'm talking about the other one they picked up. There was another quarterback they picked up because they was comfortable with him, and I was kind of shocked they were comfortable with that pick because I thought Baker Mayfield was in the
He was in the running.
Yeah, in the running, and they said no, we're not interested. Mm-hmm. So whoever, I forgot the quarterback there, but anyway, Geno's kind of really the head guy that has the most experience. You're asking Pete Carroll, and I'm going to paint the scenario. You're asking Pete Carroll to to create a new opportunity and to do better, but you got to remember Russell Wilson. He hit a lot of things. That offensive line was horrible. That it was good for a running game, but the passing game was horrible. And you saw when Geno was playing in there, he was running for his life. He's used to, step back 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 right? Even though you got Metcalf and you got Lockett, you don't have time to throw the ball. They don't have beast mode back there. Russell Wilson created a lot of plays and hit a lot of things. What quarterback, unless you improve that offensive line, which I didn't see them do anywhere in the draft or free agency, how is the quarterback going to help you? How is he going to hide the things that you didn't fix? So I get it.
This sounds like a disaster of the season.
I don't understand. And that defense, you got to remember, a lot of people keep saying, well, they played a cover 3. And, it was kind of predictable. So, it's like the Legion of Boom didn't get credit. You have to have special players to be able to play the same defense, and there's nothing that the other team can do about it. So meaning it's like the Deion Sanders theory. We all know Deion Sanders is going to play you man on man, but there's nothing you can do about it. You can't do nothing about it. You could throw a cross slant for 2 or 3 yards, big deal. We're talking about, can you beat him man on man? So when you had the Legion of Boom with Bobby, what's his name? Bobby Wagner. You had the other linebackers, Ken Irvin. You had Browner. You had Cam Chancellor. You had there's the other one too, Earl Thomas, and you had Richard Sherman. That was Legion of Boom, and that's not including the front 4, which I'm not going to name all those guys right now. But you could see that the talent they had. So that scheme and their talent was shutting it down. You ain't got that no more. You don't got none of those corners that can play that. You don't got those safeties that will knock you out. You don't have that. So you just lost Bobby Wagner in your division. So what realistically you're going to do? It's basically real rebuild time. And maybe that the owner, that's what he was looking at. We just need to rebuild. I don't know if he's going to put Pete Carroll's job. I think maybe he's going to let's try to see if we rebuild And if we're competitive after year 2, then we'll keep rolling with this. If not, then we got to move on.
I'm going to come back to you. Back to Selena. Out of the 3 coaches you just named, do you foresee all 3 of them keeping their jobs after next season? Over or under? Who keeps their job? Who loses their job? If you had to guess.
You ain't letting to talk about Dallas, though. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Out of the 3, I see 2 losing their job and 1 keeping their job.
Jesus.
Yep.
I see McCarthy. I see Rhule. No, I don't see him keeping it. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Go ahead.
And Rhule out. Pete Carroll will stay.
I'm shocked you said that. I thought you were gonna say McCarthy because we all know Jerry Jones' pride and ego. He just can't admit he made a mistake. But go ahead. No, I want to hear what you got to say about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
What? Why I chose those 2?
You said
you was alluding to her talking about Dallas, right?
Oh, you want me to talk about Dallas?
She can do that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. So Cowboys finished 12-5 last year, won the NFC East. Poor decision making as the Cowboys fell short yet again with the loss against San Fran in the playoffs. I feel like if McCarthy does not step his game up, then possibly offensive coordinator Kellen Moore or Dan Quinn will get the head job next.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, they're coaches in the waiting. She's 1,000% right about that. They're definitely coaches in the waiting.
Or possibly Sean Payton.
Now, we talked about this. You weren't here last time, but staying with Dallas, they have weapons. They have Dak Prescott plus the offensive weapons. What more do you think they need to succeed, or is it strictly coaching?
I think it's strictly coaching.
It just seems like it's the same thing. They need to, you know what? And I said this, and I think I alluded to this the last time we were talking about, and you hear our earlier podcast. I had said that if they went back to just committing to the offensive line, running the ball, and letting the defense win the games, they would probably go a step further. But Jerry Jones paid Dak Prescott all that money, and he's not going to let him just say, I paid you all this money and hand the ball to Ezekiel Elliott. But my response is, if I was a coach like McCarthy, which me and Selena both know that he doesn't have, as you know, I know we're on YouTube, he doesn't have the cojones to say, you know what, you paid him a lot of money, but you also paid Ezekiel Elliott a lot of money. So maybe if you let him hand the ball off and all those defensive pieces that we have that we might not be able to keep in the future, maybe we might be holding a Lombardi trophy if you let that happen.
Before we transition to another topic, you weren't here when we talked about this, but this might jump into the quarterback discussion.
Okay.
We're gonna stick on the Dallas Cowboys again. Where do you put Dak Prescott as a quarterback? Where do you rank him within the top 20? Is he a top 10, top 15, top 20 in your opinion before we transition?
I would say he is in the top 10.
Damn.
Yes,
Damn.
I definitely see him in the top 10.
You had him at 15, right?
You need some water.
15?
What's in the water?
Uh-oh.
What's in the?
15?
Let's bring these mics
Tyler,
close.
what you put in this water, man? Come on, son.
15, really?
He had him at 15.
Did you put something in the water? I want to know, man. This is killing me.
And he was naming them back, like it was back to back.
Oh, really? Do you want me to name the back-to-back ones?
Oh, see, look, he got him. Yeah, we got like 3 more minutes.
Okay, so
Yeah, I like to hear this
please,
because I didn't hear it before.
Are you listening?
Yes,
you want to listen to me?
Yes.
Because you should listen to me. So listen. So all right. So there's Lamar Jackson. Is
this in any particular order?
No. Okay. Matthew Stafford,
right.
Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson. What's the other kid? Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
I was talking about him. Aaron Rodgers. I talked about so many too. Let me see. No, I'm gonna do that to Cam.
So Joe Burrow gets the nod over Dak Prescott?
Yes, he does.
10?
Oh,
He got Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl. Really? That he is a Hall of Famer for that. Just alone. He got the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna say it one more time. He got the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl. Who in the hell could do
I
that?
don't dispute
Peyton
that.
Manning couldn't even do that.
He's already now in the top 10.
Yes. Just for that alone. Yes.
Where do you put Dak
Yes.
at as far as in that top 10? Who do you have in front of him? We still got like a minute left.
Yes.
I'm trying to see all the names he named that I agreed with. You said Rodgers. You said Jackson. You said
Stafford.
Definitely.
Burrow.
I wouldn't put him in the top 10 yet. I would have him 11th, 12th right now. Who else am I? Let's see. How many we named? We named 4 already?
That's right.
Derek Carr.
Josh
Allen.
Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen. That's right.
There we go.
There we go. Patrick Mahomes, Josh
That'll
Allen.
open the floodgates.
Yep, that's 7 more.
You didn't have Derek Carr in there?
I think he was better. Justin Herbert, 8.
And Justin Herbert, yeah.
Right, there's 8. Okay. Let me see.
He could slide in at 9.
Huh? Who is it? Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep
Russell.
going. That's 9. And if you want to include Derek Carr, yes. So
Would you put Kyler Murray in there?
no. You see, you being nice. I like you. See, you got an offensive line mentality. You just being nice. Just because you know you nice and you could block for anybody, you are being nice. You know, like, yeah, put him in the backfield. I got him. Even though he ain't the best running back in the field, I'm the best blocker. That's what you're doing.
So do you agree
just
so
open
far?
the lines for him.
Or do you still have him in the top 10?
After naming those guys.
I still have him in the top 10.
And Derek Carr is better. Derek Carr is better. He just had a coach that was trying to get rid of him from day one. That's what that was.
Shout out to Selena. She got Dak Prescott in the top
God
10.
bless her.
Azar got him at 15.
Yeah, God bless
So
him.
this leads right into our next discussion.
Yes.